Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us from all over the world today, and welcome to our international live stream. We hope you've been enjoying our digital event so far, and thank you for joining us. My name is Raj. I work at DMU within the marketing team, but I was also a student here, and I'm joined here today by my colleague, Emily Jane.
Hi all, I'm Emily Jane. I'm the Postgraduate Admissions Manager, and I'll shortly be explaining the application and CAS process and answer any questions that you may have about studying with us at DMU.
Throughout the stream, we'll be covering areas such as employability, life in Leicester, as well as other bits such as the health and wellbeing support on offer to DMU students. We'd like to remind you that this is an interactive stream, so if you do have any questions, please pop them in the chat, and we'll try and answer them during the stream. If we don't answer them during the stream, we'll be doing a Q&A at the end, so bear with us. On the digital event as well, we also have a live chat on the main homepage where you can get in touch with a member of staff for a one-to-one chat. So I'm now going to begin by talking about how teaching and learning is for DMU students. So at DMU, one of the most helpful aspects for students is DMU Replay. So all of our lectures are recorded, so students are able to go back and basically go through any lecture content at any time. This is really good, especially when I was a student, I used it quite a bit. So especially around exam time, or whether you're doing coursework on like a certain subject. So you can go back, go through any of the lectures, go through all the slides. And also some of our lectures are on Microsoft Teams as well, which allows you to take part or engage in interactive live sessions with your fellow students and lecturers. Also, there are a number of study spaces for students to access all over campus. We have a 24/7 library and a number of other buildings with computers and study areas within individual faculty buildings. We also offer tech and software support to those who need it. So all DMU students are able to get the Microsoft Suite and stuff like that. And if you require it, you're able to get the Adobe stuff as well. Um, Another thing that's also very helpful is that our library do offer support with things such as like maths or even like LinkedIn support to help you kind of bolster your like employability stuff. That takes us on nicely to our next topic, which is regarding our award-winning careers and employability service, DMU Works. So DMU Works is basically our careers and employability service. And as a university, we have over 70 dedicated staff within both our faculty teams and our wider teams focused on supporting your employability. Recently, we won an award for Best University Careers and Employability Service at the National Undergraduate Employability Awards in 2021. The types of support that we do offer to students. So one of the most helpful things that I found when I was a student was the one-to-one support available. So through online booking services, you can book a one-to-one careers appointment with a member of the DMU Works team, and they can discuss anything regarding employability. So, for example, help with your CV, cover letters, interview prep, help with assessment centers, and even sourcing job opportunities. We also offer startup and entrepreneurship support. So we have an innovation center where students can meet and discuss their new ideas and help grow their own ventures. And you can also get office space where you can kind of try and build your own businesses. Within lectures as well, we have lectures with real world employers. So, for example, when I studied marketing here at DMU, we had people come in from companies such as IBM, Next, and EY to just kind of tell us about the kind of things we can do to kind of get ahead in the job market. And another aspect that's really helpful is alongside basically year-long internships and stuff like that, we also have part-time jobs, small-time internships, and help with graduate job support through the My Gateway portal. And also, it's not just for while you're a student as well. We have DMU for Life, which is basically our alumni scheme. This has helped us create like a global network of DMU alumni, but in terms of employability, even after graduation, DMU students can still use all the employability services with their DMU logins to help support them with applications and find new opportunities. For example, when I left university, I was able to still use these services and have meetings with people and basically it helped me find my jobs and will get me to where I am today. In terms of working in the UK after graduation for international students, we run a number of workshops for alumni to network with potential employers and help their employability prospects. There's also the graduate route, which is a scheme that offers students a 2-year visa for international students to work and live in the UK within the 2 years after their graduation. And we have links with specialist job platforms such as Student Circus and Going Global. I'm now just going to show you a quick video which highlights everything DMU Works has to offer. So I'm now going to hand over to Emily Jane from our admissions team, who will be talking through the admissions process.
Hi all. So as the postgraduate admissions manager, I'm just going to take you through how to apply, some key tips and advice alongside some information about confirmation of study letters. So in regards to applying to study at DMU, you can apply via our online portal on our website, or by sending the application via email to admissions. This information is on the webpage for apply, so you'll be able to find that. And if you are applying via the portal, please be sure to upload all necessary documents. And if applying directly, just please make sure they're all attached with the application form. And this is due to just making sure that we can progress your application in a timely manner. Ensure that you look at the course entry criteria on the website so that you know what we're going to ask for and that you're going to be fully prepared. This will also prompt you to double check that you're sending everything that's required. If you don't have a student number and you need to email us, if you're still in the inquiry stages of being an applicant with us, please always give your name and date of birth, as this helps us locate you on the system. And please make sure that you've answered all the questions on the portal or application form, as this avoids delays in processing. So if you've had a previous visa refusal, for instance, please declare it and provide us with the necessary information alongside your application so that we don't have to email you and ask you for that information and possibly delay your application. So moving on to key tips and advice for applicants and inquirers. So just make sure you've done some research into the courses available and what you'd like to study. If you check out our website, it's really useful, has lots of information on how the course works, what you can expect, and this means that you'll get the best fit for you. Just also ensure that you meet the entry criteria. So for example, if you're a postgraduate student, is your undergraduate degree relevant? If not, do you have any relevant experience that the faculty may wish to look at in terms of your application? So please also send a CV alongside your application if that's the case, so that we can send that over to the faculty to make a decision. So check you've got all the documents that we require, and I'm just going to include some lists below, which will be conditions of offer. So a degree certificate and final transcripts showing your consolidated marks, a good personal statement that shows why you wish to study your particular course at DMU, references, and we can't request this on your behalf, so you'll need to ensure that they are provided with your application on letterheaded paper or from a professional email address, evidence of English language, so that could be an IELTS exam, Standard 12, WIAC, etc. There's lots of English waivers that we have. There's lots of information on our website as well, but if you're not quite sure, then you can always email admissions and we will be able to advise you. A copy of your passport and a portfolio if required for the course. So it is also worth mentioning that if you studied in the UK previously, we'll require you sending previous UK documents such as CAS, BRP, visa and UK education certificates. So once we've received all of your documents and you've been issued with an unconditional offer, providing you've passed a pre-CAS assessment and financial checks for CAS if this is required, and you've paid your 50% tuition fee deposit, you will then be eligible for a CAS. So a CAS letter is a document that the UKVI require in order to progress your application to the UK. So it's a confirmation of acceptance of studies, but we tend to refer it as the abbreviation CAS. So you're eligible for a CAS once you've met all conditions of offer, you hold an unconditional offer, and of course, if you have a pre-CAS assessment and financial checks to complete, then this will need to be done prior to attaining a CAS from the admissions team. So we firmly encourage applicants to make the 50% tuition fee deposit as soon as possible. This is required in order for you to receive your CAS and complete registration for the intake. The deposit will be reflected on your CAS letter, and it will also be deducted from the money that you'll be required to present to the UKVI for your visa. The issuance of a CAS letter is an extensive process. It's important that you understand that we do require that 50% deposit for CAS as soon as possible, and at least a couple of months before you intend to submit the visa application. And please bear with the admissions team at peak times as we devote dedicated resource to processing CAS letters and achieving a very tight turnaround. So that's all from me. I'm going to hand back over to Raj to talk about living in Leicester.
Thanks, Emily Jane. So now I'm just going to touch on the lovely city in which we're based, which is Leicester. Leicester offers everything you could possibly want as a student, like as a city. Because we are a city-based campus, we have the best of both worlds, really. So we are still within like one area of the city, but within about 10 minutes, you have access to all the shops, bars, restaurants, as well as really good transport links. So both the coach and train station are within a 10-minute walk as well, meaning you're able to get to places such as London and Birmingham within an hour. So that means even if you want to travel within the UK, or alternatively you want to travel to say like the airport or anything like that, it's really easy to do. Me myself, I was born in Leicester, so I've lived in Leicester for 28 years, so it is amazing. And another thing that we wanted to show you was just a video from one of our students as well, which kind of explains what Leicester means to her.
Leicester will be our next station call in approximately 10 minutes time.
My name is Aminata. When I first came to Leicester, I was just 18 years old. As soon as I came out of the station and into the city for the first time, I just got this sense that I'm home. Which is strange because I'd grown up in Bexley Heath and all I'd known is London. But here, there were people who looked and sounded just like me. And there was also something else, something really, really special. There was space for me here. Felt visible. People really listened to me. People like the director, who I met at the Curve Cafe by absolute accident, but gave me my first big break. And the radio station, who once had me as a guest and later gave me a job. And the theatre, who put on my work and gave me an audience. Leicester is a big city, no question. It's got shops after shops after shops. It's home to big businesses and major employers. If you want to go out to eat, go for a drink with some friends, you can do that. Leicester's a vibe. Heritage, culture, and a great sense of community. Leicester will give you all that. But most of all, it's a city that will give you a chance. So take it.
And finally, I'm just going to talk about Healthy DMU. This is our student support and wellbeing service. So we understand that university life and moving to a new country especially can be busy, and trying to find a balance can be a challenge at times. So self-care and making time for yourself are important to just remaining healthy, really. And at DMU, we're here to support you. So Healthy DMU basically is it's looking after both your physical and mental well-being with a range of mindfulness and well-being activities and workshops. So, for example, we have like meditation sessions, but then also things such as like physical sports classes, which are available for everyone, which are beside kind of like our societies and playing competitive sports. So we have something called DMU Active, where any students are able to just kind of go along to any sessions. So they're every day, so ranging from stuff like badminton and like basketball to even kind of more solo things like boxercise and stuff like that. And we also offer counselling and well-being support for all our students. So students are able to make appointments if they feel like necessary, and this is all done online. And another thing is obviously making friends. So obviously, if you come in as a new international student, you might feel pressure like, oh, I don't know anybody within the country or anything like that. So like it is hard to kind of adapt to both like a new country and culture, and as well as trying to like balance your studies at the same time. So we offer a number of schemes. So like we have an international buddy scheme called iBuddies, where you'll be able to find students from your home countries, which can kind of help you fit in as well. And we also have a number of societies as well. So those can be like regional societies. For example, we have an Indian society, but then also you're able to make friends on things like International Welcome Week, where we do run a number of events for international students just for that week. And I've always found, especially when I was a student as well, um, everyone in this DMU community is really welcoming, especially whether that be in classes or outside of classes. So like you do a lot of group work and stuff like that, so you can make friends very easily. So that concludes our international stream. So now me and Emily will just be answering any questions you might have asked throughout the stream. So I'm just going to have a look through and pop any up. So we just got one here about portfolios. Emily, you good with that one?
Yeah, that's fine. So you can send an application without a portfolio, but it's likely that it may not be progressed as quickly as it would be if you'd sent it alongside, but you're more than welcome to apply without your portfolio. You could even write in the email to us that you are working on it, and you will send it as a follow-up. It's very likely that once your application is processed at that point, we will then get back in touch with you and say, in order for us to then refer this over to the faculty, you will need to be sending your portfolio to us as soon as possible. So absolutely, you can apply beforehand, but ideally you'd be sending all of your documents at once. I understand that can't always happen. So yeah, you can absolutely apply beforehand. It's just not going to be a decision made on your application without it.
I don't actually think we have any other questions. If anyone who is watching has any questions, please feel free to ask, and we're here to answer. So I'll just give you a minute or so.
Yeah, and we've posted a link in the chat about CAS information that's on our website. There's lots and lots of information. If you'd like to have a look at our website, there's many links that we could share, but usually if you just scroll through, and you can also search on our website for keywords as well, which might be quite helpful. So if there's certain courses you're interested in, or if there's certain international information, our website's updated very regularly with lots of information as well.
And just another note as well, obviously, if you're watching this on YouTube after the live stream, if you do have any questions, you can get in touch with our inquiry team, who can be reached at inquiry@dmu.ac.uk, or whether it is about your individual application, you can get in touch with our admissions team over at admissions@dmu.ac.uk. So I don't believe we have any other questions. So yeah, that concludes our live stream today. So thank you for joining us all.
Thanks all. Bye-bye.